Welcome to Team Bandwagon, everybody.
Where it is okay to jump ship.
But not okay to lose.
Jump on the team bandwagon.
And never
lose
again. Oh my gosh. You are now listening to Team Bandwagon Never Lose Again podcast. And now for your hosts, Jamal Brown and Nicholas Garcia. Welcome to Team Bandwagon, everybody. I'm your host, Nick Garcia. That's Jamal Murray over there.
No.
You see his mug over there? No?
Not Jamal Murray.
No, okay. No. Jamal Brown?
I can be a jerk, but I'm not that much of a jerk. No.
Welcome to episode 36 of the Never Lose Again podcast, Team Bandwagon show. This is where we're all about winning, man.
All about winning.
We're all about winning. I want to win. He wants to win. We want you guys to win. So that's why we're doing this show.
Well, my favorite part of that intro, I just had to throw it out there, is just going through my brain as I'm watching it. Is like the Thanos with the Infinity Stones. Because Thanos has never lost.
Well, he about to catch an L.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Is that how they close out the series? He's going to kill everybody?
Well, I don't want to say kill it. Well, he's gonna, I don't know. It's very interesting.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know what's going to happen.
So we want everybody to win. Villains, heroes, anti-heroes, mamas, daddies. We want everybody to win. We have a very fun show for you guys.
Absolutely.
At the end of the show, you guys will be equipped. If you don't know anything about football, if you know anything about basketball, if you know anything about
being a jerk.
If you know anything about holidays.
The holidays, how to
we
get through it.
We are here to help you win.
That's
okay?
right.
So by the end of this, you'll know a little bit more than you did about football, basketball, and the upcoming holidays. Yeah? Sounds like a plan?
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
Yes.
Real quick before we jump in the show, really big week. All across the board, you know?
Huge week, yeah.
All across the board. A lot of really, really huge matchups.
Yep.
Huge matchups. You had LSU versus Alabama. That was pretty gigantic. Well, they hyped it up as that
because they're longtime rivals. But yeah.
There's no.
Is there any more to be said?
Right. What is it? Nick Saban is Thanos pretty much.
Right. Yeah, that's a great comparison, actually.
Nick Saban is Thanos, and then you had the huge hype. They even got Michael Jordan involved in this matchup. Green Bay Packers versus the Patriots, and it was pretty good the first half.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Bill Belichick made adjustments, and the Patriots made adjustments.
Yeah, what was surprising was freaking Patriots running back came out of nowhere and just eating up yards.
Yeah.
And then the Green Bay's pretty much all their defense got either suspended or hurt.
Yeah, a lot of guys doing stupid stuff, and Aaron Jones finally started getting the ball for Green Bay too, and then it gets a fumble and pretty much is sat for the rest of the game. So a lot of ups and downs, especially for Green Bay.
Yeah, and everybody's trying to make that comparison, like, oh, Brady or Rodgers, and it's like they're both freaking sports cars, It's like
absolutely.
You want to go fast or you want to ride in luxury,
and you want to enjoy the elite quarterbacks when they play each other. They should hype it up. I get they're trying to sell TV advertisements and things like that.
Yeah.
They also miss the Manning and Brady matchup.
Yeah.
And it'll never happen
and they're trying to recreate it any way they can.
Exactly. So what'll be interesting is, Rodgers, I think, is 34, 35 years old. Brady's 41 now. So when Brady retires, Rodgers probably still has a couple years left in him. What's the next rivalry?
Well, they're trying to – they tried to hype up Baker and your boy McChicken.
Which is just dumb. Because Mahomes is in his second year, and he's playing at an elite level. You and I have discussed it, and I actually agree with you. Can he sustain it? Will he be a 10-year great?
Yeah.
Or is it just because he has a lot of weapons, yada, yada, yada? And Mayfield, we have no idea what kind of NFL player he's going to be yet.
Yeah, and also, too, the teams are super lopsided.
Right, yeah. I think if anything, you can dive into some of the guys who've been around a while, like Cam Newton versus who's another good NFL quarterback. Maybe not great, but good.
Jameis Winston.
Well, I don't even have them up there with Cam. No. Cam has actually won an MVP. So
I
maybe
think,
a Cam Newton versus Matt Ryan or something like that. Like,
yeah.
both guys who have never quite won a Super Bowl, but they've both got an MVP.
I hear people crapping on Matt Ryan more than anything.
They really do, because I think
really
he's
hate that
had
dude.
plenty of opportunities to win a Super Bowl or at least get to more than one.
Yeah.
And so he's got a bad rap because he's blown it so many times. But I don't know. I guess that answers our question, though. There really isn't that next rivalry to talk about yet.
They're working on it.
Yeah.
They're in the brainstorm meeting right now, like who can we put against?
Yeah, exactly.
So jump into the show. We talked about the big matchups. Another big matchup was the Saints versus the Rams. The Saints ain't the Aints no more, bro. They the Saints.
They're a good football team. And, they started off losing their first game of the season, and it looked bad because they lost to the Buccaneers.
It was the Bucs, right?
Yeah.
The Bucs was lighting them up.
But remember,
Fitzmagic.
they got caught off guard.
Yeah.
Honestly, if the Saints weren't caught off in that guard in that game, they would be undefeated right now.
And it goes to show, like, people want to press the panic button at the beginning of the season.
Absolutely.
But, teams are kind of like getting in the rhythm. It takes teams 4 or 5 games. Like you were telling me, Wilson. Russell Wilson is heating up. And, for the first 4 weeks, I was crapping on him, man. I was getting ready to forget trade him. I'm about to drop him.
Yeah. We did discuss you cutting him.
Yeah. And he is paying off. So, it's easy to forget, especially at the beginning of the year, how long the season is, even though it's 16 weeks, 17 weeks?
17 weeks, 16 games.
Yeah, even though it's 17 weeks, we still think like, oh, these guys should be coming out of it. And some teams are, but for the most part, people kind of they know how to prolong it and,
Absolutely.
and have a full season instead of just like a flame burning out.
Right. But both of these teams have been great. Jamal and I were texting the whole time and almost the whole time. And the last thing I said, because we were arguing for most of it, I was like, you got to find common ground and end this argument. I was like, I hope this is the NFC Championship. And that's where we kind of left it.
What it was, all right, let's go back to the text. What it was, Nick, Mr. I told you so is rubbing in my face. I told you the Rams
I wasn't trying to rub it in your face. I was just
Okay.
saying, man, like, hey,
All right.
I'm going to raise my flag of great Nick whenever I can.
He
That's all I'm
starts
doing.
the conversation with, I told you so. That's pretty much what you said. I told you. I called it. That's what he said. I called it. I'm like, yeah, congratulations. But I've been saying for
Nicavelli. That's my new name.
How about Nick at night? How about that? I call you Nickelodeon. So I've been saying all season, Rams are good. I can't give them that Super Bowl kind of W yet. And so at the same time, it was a little confusing because at the same time you were saying I told you so, but at the same time you're still trying to give the Rams a pass to the Super Bowl.
No. Maybe that's where we're getting our wires crossed.
That's what I was saying.
Nobody gets a pass to the Super Bowl. Nobody.
Okay.
Even the year the Patriots went undefeated until the Super Bowl, nobody should ever call it, even in week 17, well, the Patriots are 16-0. They're going to be Super Bowl champs. You're the dumbest person alive if you make that prediction. Because football is the only major sport where it's one and done.
Oh, yep.
So in that sense, I agree with you. Anybody can be knocked off at any time, especially once the playoffs start.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is the Rams are showing us that they are elite enough that it's not a surprise to anyone that they are the favorites to win the Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If they're going to do it, they need to do it now because they've given up so many draft picks and they've given up a lot of their future to try to win a Super Bowl now. They just gave up more draft picks to get Dante Fowler. They put a lot of money into Ndamukong Suh. Aaron Donald has his extension. Jared Goff's extension's coming up. Gurley got his extension. So if this team's going to win, they got to do it now. And I think they have a golden opportunity to do it. And I'll be surprised if they don't do it. There's going to be a short reign. It's going to last for about 2 or 3 years. If they do not win a Super Bowl in that time, I will be shocked.
Who knocked them out last year?
The Falcons.
The Falcons did?
Yes.
Very interesting.
And we talked about this when this season started. The Falcons were also one play away from getting to the Super Bowl.
They were.
So the Falcons were a good team last year. Yes, I do think the Rams should have won that game. I think inexperience was a lot to speak of it. You know, they came out soft in the first half, tried to get in the second half, and just couldn't get it going. But they're a very different team this year.
They came back. What was this? What was the deficit they came back from?
In this game?
Yeah.
They were down 35-14. They tied it up at 35. A lot of time left on the clock. And then from what I understand, because I didn't watch the fourth quarter, I had a lot going on yesterday, as you do as well on Sundays. My understanding is they gave up a field goal. Okay, hey, we're only down by a field goal. And then there was a fumble, and then that's when Michael Thomas got the 72-yard touchdown, basically to ice the game.
Blown coverage.
Blown coverage.
Pretty
So
much.
just too many mistakes in the fourth quarter to try to win the game.
Yeah.
And shame on them. You know, Sean Payton's a good coach. Drew Brees is a good quarterback. But the Rams kind of blew it, you know. But I'm not taking anything from the Saints. They're an awesome football team, and they won this game.
So, if you could give them a pass, who are you giving a pass to, the Rams or the Saints?
I give more credit to the Saints than I will let the Rams off the hook here, because the Saints are a great football team.
They are. We talk about the weapons Patrick Mahomes has. You know, we ain't talking about the weapons Breeze has, man.
Right.
This guy has a whole bunch of weapons, and you felt that, you know, in your fantasy league.
Absolutely. I my first losing streak of the year. I am now 6-3. I've lost 2 in a row.
And I felt it on the defensive end. I don't know why I didn't switch my defense, but I had the
You
Rams.
played the Rams defense?
-6.
Oh, Jamal.
-6. And I lost by 4 points, so I think I can take the.
Oh, you're going to have to, I think.
I'll volunteer.
I haven't looked at it today.
I'll volunteer tribute.
I saw
for Bruce Winless Award.
I'll be typing that out tonight.
So NFL bandwagon worthy team. The Saints over everybody?
Yeah, at this point, how could you not?
All right, at least NFC.
I told you, the Patriots, they'll turn it on in the playoffs. For now, you got to say they're the best team in the AFC. But the Chiefs have the best record. And I've told you my issue with the Chiefs is you can't win a Super Bowl when your defense is that bad.
Yeah.
So I think the Saints over everybody.
Saints over everybody?
Yeah, I think they dethrone the Rams. You know, I don't know if I'm necessarily saying, you know, the Saints are going to win a Super Bowl because, like I said, it's too early. But if you want to jump on a bandwagon, the Saints is a hot one to get on right now.
The Saints, and, you know, what a historical year for Breeze.
Absolutely.
He breaks the record, and all of a sudden, boom, he's in the Super Bowl fighting for a chance.
Right?
You
He's
know?
got 1. Couldn't hurt to get 2.
I can definitely see the Saints and the Patriots and the Super Bowl.
Yeah, every year it's the Patriots.
If not, my long shot would be somehow the Chargers get in there, which, you know.
I wouldn't be that surprised.
Yeah, it's a long shot. Well, looks like we're gonna get in as the wild card.
Yeah, and I think you guys will. I told you. I think the Chargers are a good football team.
Yeah. Good looking
So-
out, man. I appreciate it. You
No,
know,
I'm
you've been very generous to my Chargers lately.
I told you.
I feel like ask coming on. You're gonna ask me for something. Man.
Tyrell Williams, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen is actually staying healthy this year.
Mike Jones.
You know, Antonio Gates is back on the football field, which is kind of exciting. Melvin Gordon's been hurt a lot this year, but who's that? What's the kid's name that's playing behind him, playing really well? Ecker?
I don't know. I honestly, I have been paying attention more to my fantasy team than my regular team.
A lot of weapons on the Chargers, and I do think the Chargers have a very good football team. I do like their chances to steal a wild card and be a threat in the playoffs.
Gotcha, man. Well, let's move on to we're gonna give a round of applause to our man Julio Jones. Julio.
He did it. He did it.
He
did it.
Top receiver. We'll say top 3 receiver.
Top 3 receiver in the
Top
NFL.
3 receiver in the NFL. Week 9 barely gets his first touchdown.
Unbelievable.
60 receptions, 70 yards shy of 1,000 yards, and he gets his first touchdown.
That's crazy because that means he's on pace to break the receiving yards record this year, but
Yeah.
doesn't have a touchdown.
And that touchdown, he had to fight for that touchdown too. Like, because the defender had him at like the 1 or 2, and he had to like.
He was like, "You're not taking this from me."
He was determined to get in that end zone.
You're not
man.
taking this from me.
He was so determined. So
I'm happy for him. Congratulations, Julio. Good
congratulations, Julio Jones, for
job. Julio Holmes.
Julio Holmes. He did it, man. He
I'm
finally
happy for
did it. Is there more to come? Is it?
I hope so.
You think so?
I hope so.
I know Coleman. Whoever the heck Coleman is, somebody I was playing against him, and that dude put up like 30 points. I'm like, who the freak is this dude?
Which is crazy because the Falcons' running game has struggled all year, especially since Devontae Freeman got hurt. Tevin Coleman is a very good running back. Most people don't know this. They both got drafted the same year, Coleman and Freeman. And Coleman was drafted first. They thought Coleman was going to be their guy. And Freeman just outplayed him. So now Freeman's a starting running back. Coleman, so they're one of those teams that have two great running backs. Freeman gets hurt, and they think, it's okay, we got Tevin Coleman.
Yeah.
And he has just bummed it out this year, man.
Yeah.
He has been horrible. And then they're playing the Redskins, who have a great run defense. So everybody's saying, stay away from Tevin Coleman. If you have a fantasy football team, stay away from Tevin Coleman.
I wish
he went off.
I wish my opponents would have listened, but
right?
He had a skeleton crew anyway, so he was playing whoever he could.
Right.
Real quick, that reminded me of your favorite person in the whole wide world, Mr. Jalen Rose, was on national TV, and he called Tevin Coleman Tevin Campbell. And played it off like that was awesome. He got a win for that because he played it off like it was his. Oh, you seen that? Yeah, I'm old school. Flip it to the next script or whatever. It was funny. It was pretty funny.
You just want to bring up Jalen Rose in front of me. That's all it is.
And to round out our NFL, you have to do it in frame, bro. There you go. To round out our NFL segment, Week 9. Monday Night Football, Titans it wasn't a whooping. It wasn't a shellacking. It was, though, right? 2 touchdowns?
2 touchdowns. One scored with just a couple minutes left, and I knew once they got the touchdown, the game was over. But
so they were up by 3 touchdowns at the end?
No. It was tied 14-14 at the half.
Yeah.
And then
I'm saying how
they were up 21-14 and scored with like 3 minutes left, made it 28-14.
Gotcha.
And I was like, okay, they got this in the bag. Just no stupid mistakes, nothing crazy. They'll win this game, and which was good because for me, it's been a struggle. Titans doing what the Titans do. They're 4-4.
Dude,
finally, I think they have so much talent to be better than 4-4. But it's going to be another struggle. They're not going to go to the playoffs. I'm willing to bet on that at this point. But they beat the Cowboys, so I feel good.
They almost had 3 fumbles in the first quarter, bro.
Yes, I know.
They had 2.
I got home a little later than expected, so
Yeah.
I did miss almost the entire first half. I caught the end of the first half. So Jamal's texting me, letting me know about the fumbles. And the first 2 fumbles, including almost the third, were all by Mariota. And as you're texting me, I'm going, it's probably Mariota. That guy struggles holding onto the football. I do not know.
I know he got the first fumble. I'm not sure if he got the second. Then the third was a receiver.
Oh, okay. I know he had an overall 2 because they were talking about it in the second half.
Okay.
They go, Mariota already has 2 fumbles in this game. And that is his biggest weakness. There are certain areas he's super inconsistent, but fumbling is really his biggest issue.
But then he freaking runs the ball in like he's a freaking running back. Like that dude was going around.
I wish he would run more.
Oh my, he was trying.
And I know
the defense was making him pay for it.
Well, and I know a lot of old school coaches and people are against quarterbacks running so much, but I'm like, yeah, I don't want him to be Robert Griffin III and get his knees blown out and get destroyed out there. But at the same time, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and you got to play to your talents. And if that means he needs to run out of the pocket more, and run out of bounds, slide, whatever you got to do to not get hit, protect yourself. But I do want to see him run more because I want defenses to maybe play up on him more. He's got Corey Davis. He doesn't have him this year, but next year he'll get Delaney Walker back. He's got Taywan Taylor, who's one of the fastest receivers in the league right now. If he's going to be able to use those guys as weapons, he can't make teams go, well, he's going to throw. He's going to throw.
He just has to be careful, man.
I agree. There's got to be a balance.
Yeah.
I agree. There's got to be a balance. But, getting that rushing touchdown at the end, he saw a gap, and he was like, I can get this.
And then what's your boy's name again? I forget.
Kevin Byard.
Kevin Byard.
My new best friend.
Kevin Byard got an interception right before the second half.
Right before the second quarter, I think.
Right before the second
Yeah,
quarter.
because they were going to tie it up at that. No, Cowboys were going to take the lead with that touchdown.
Titans get an interception in the end zone, and Kevin Byard runs to the middle 50-yard line in front of the star, puts his hands out, and they're even like dancing. Took him a little while before the Cowboy player to like, because and then this reminds us back to 2000?
2000.
Year 2000.
Yep.
Terrell Owens did this.
I watched that game live. Did you see that game?
I don't think I was into football that much, or I just don't remember seeing it live. I remember seeing it like not even the same year. I seen it like a year or two after, like,
oh wow,
what the heck happened to this? But I seen the dudes fighting though. They were fighting. Year 2000, Cowboys was not. It's been almost 20 years since they been in the playoffs, had any kind of winning record. So that fighting spirit's gone.
Right?
That fighting spirit's gone. But yeah, just the difference in reactions,
Well, even Kevin Byard, he talked about it after the game, and he goes, "Yeah, I expected to get clocked the way T.O. did, And he goes, "I'm waiting for someone to come out and knock me out." He goes, "But I got shoved, It is what it is."
And actually, it wasn't even T.O. that got in a fight. It was one of T.O.'s friends that came to support him.
Yeah. Because T.O. got hit by the safety from behind, and then his
teammates backed him up.
Yep.
But while his teammates are fighting, T.O.'s still standing in the middle.
He went back to the
like,
start.
Dude, why not help your teammates, man?
They're out there protecting you.
Hey, I co-sign any kind of celebration in that star. I'm all aboard. I'm jumping on that bandwagon.
Mike Vrabel, Titans coach, talked about it after the game, and he kind of condemned it. And he was like, "I'm not okay with it, yada, yada, yada." And, well, he is an old school coach, so I'm not surprised at all that he condemned it. But I do defend it in the sense because what he said was, I understand things happen between the whistle and the refs don't hear it, and you want to kind of shove it back in their face.
Yeah.
In that sense, I'm like, why not? Why not? Celebrate, have fun with it. The other team, they want to throw it back in your face, win the game. That's where I stand on it.
Well, this is Team Bandwagon, Never Lose Again podcast. That was week 9 recap
Week 9. Yep.
Of the NFL season.
Yep.
Just drawing blanks all over the place.
It's all good.
If you are listening via podcast app, make sure you guys go on, give us a like, give us a review, do something that helps spread the word.
Like it, love it.
There you go. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys comment. Let us know if you guys are on the Star Celebrations bandwagon or if you're not. And if you are a Cowboys fan, you're probably not, but it's okay. You'll be in great company because I'm pretty sure all the other Cowboy trolls will be on there.
That's right. Yep. Our mutual friend was texting me and stopped texting me in about the fourth quarter when he was in Dallas watching the game.
Yeah, I was trolling him on Twitter.
It's all good.
This is Team Bandwagon. We're going to take a quick commercial break. This commercial is brought to you by our sponsor, The Creative Extreme. We've been trying to explain the past couple of weeks on exactly what they do. But you know what? One of the co-creators made a video. I don't know why we haven't put this up before, but he explains everything. So this is Team Bandwagon, Never Lose Again podcast. We'll be right back after these sandwiches.
Hi, my name is Stefan Thomas, and I'm one of the co-creators of The Creative Extreme. The Creative Extreme is an entertainment company that produces all kinds of fun fictional content. We have created over 600 incredible characters and a multitude of stories starring these wonderful heroes and villains. If you take a look at our page, you'll see dozens of character images as well as panels from our digital comic strips. We're also producing videos and podcasts about our characters and stories. Additionally, we are working on content for animated shows, live action shows, novels, screenplays, and much, much more. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the cool t-shirts and apparel designs we've created with our characters. It truly is a fun, exciting thing we do here at The Creative Extreme. While we dream of having some huge company or angel investor infuse us with all the money we'd ever need to make all the amazing content for our readers and customers we could possibly imagine, we have decided not to sit and wait for said infusion. Instead, beginning in 2016, we have used our own resources to set our content creation in motion. The writing part is easy, as me and my writing partner Chris have ideas and stories for days. However, our artistic skills in other areas are not very refined at all. Because of that, we've conscripted and built a network of nearly 30 artists, graphic designers, musicians, editors, voice actors, audio-visual people, and more to bring our stories and characters to life. All of these amazing individuals work on commission and retainer, as we believe in paying people for their work. Up until this point, our day jobs, along with a small bit of merchandise sales, have allowed us to do what we do. But if we're gonna take the creative extreme to the next level of creativity, including more art, more comic strips, more sweet apparel, short films, and more, we're gonna need your help. Please consider becoming a monthly supporter of the creative extreme. Any amount would be incredibly helpful as we aim to create more and more content for you to read, watch, look at, listen to, wear, and experience. Remember, when you give to the creative extreme, you're also supporting a number of creative individuals who all have the same goal of entertaining and inspiring others. This is an amazing endeavor, if we do say so ourselves. If you need a little more motivation, check out our rewards page. We have t-shirts, hoodies, posters, and more for those who jump on board and give us a little extra fuel for our ascent. Thanks for taking some time to learn a little bit more about us. This is the Creative Extreme, where imagination without limitation is the only expectation.
Welcome back to Team Bandwagon Never Lose Again podcast. You thought Team Bandwagon was the only one with a cool catchphrase, huh?
Right?
Yeah. These guys have a pretty cool catchphrase.
I like that catchphrase.
So jumping into NBA, like we said, you guys about time you guys finish listening to this. If you're not up on it all the way, you'll kind of have an idea on who's the top teams, who to watch for, and whatnot. So that brings us to the NBA, where there's a couple of teams in both divisions who have been killing it right now.
Right. The Bucks just lost their first game.
Yep.
They were the last undefeated team.
And I forgot who they lost to. It was some stupid team, too.
Was it New Orleans?
Nolans. Was it New Orleans?
I can't remember. I saw a really funny meme, though. It was a picture of Giannis, like, looking all shocked. And it said, when the ESPN finally talks about you, but it's because you lost your first game.
Actually, ESPN's been all over Giannis, man.
His dunks, but they don't really talk about what the Bucks are doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is disappointing.
The Bucks are sleepers, bro. You don't
I'm
believe
still
it
not
neither.
sold on the Bucks.
Yeah.
I'm still not sold on them.
I believe
I see
in
the
them,
Bucks the way you see the Rams.
Fair enough. They're sleepers, bro. Watch.
I think they've got some talent. Obviously, Giannis is awesome. Chris Middleton. They've got a good team. I don't know.
So 4 teams with only one loss so far. You have the Raptors, which, in my opinion, have been killing it. I put them as number 1 in the East. Some people don't think that, but hey, you got the supposedly number 1 in the East getting mad because somebody tried to score 50 on them and throw a ball in the crowd. But hey, that's either here and there. So you have the Bucks and the Raptors with one loss in the East, and then you have the Golden State Warriors.
Come out and play.
Oh man, if you guys check out our social media, I've been taking like quotes from our bandwagon worthy articles, and it's been pretty funny, man. Like we're pretty creative when we have some funny memes, but I think in talking about Dallas Mavericks, Steph said on drunk. What is his name? The rookie?
Oh gosh, you would ask me that now.
Yeah, Luka.
Luka Doncic.
Yeah, Luka Doncic. He said if he turns out to be what the analysts say he is, that Steph's gonna Euro step on his bandwagon. That was pretty.
Hey, that's pretty legit.
That was pretty funny.
That's
pretty funny.
good.
So yeah, I got about 15 or 16 quotes.
Okay.
That they're gonna be coming out this month. So check it out. But back to my rant. In the West, we have the Warriors and the Nuggets with 1 loss.
How about that?
Warriors and Nuggets 1 loss. So, Laker fans, with the struggles and everything. I love that face.
You know who I'm missing more than anybody? Because I just saw his performance the other day off the bench.
Jordan Clarkson.
Julius Randle.
Randle?
10 for 10, 26 points.
Yeah.
For the Pelicans.
Yeah, we didn't want to pay that money. We went and got Stevenson. He said we want Steve. Did you feel the same way before the season and now?
I was upset when we let Randall go.
No, I'm sorry. I'm saying as far as like the anticipation of the season, how we're gonna do.
I didn't have like the highest expectations. Like even somebody had called me and was like, "We can compete with Golden State." I said, "No, we can't." No,
I think it was me that said that. And yeah,
was it really?
It was me.
Yeah.
And after watching Golden State play, man,
I was like, "No, we can't compete with Golden State."
Can't.
But I was like, we should be making the playoffs.
Yeah.
This is kind of ridiculous how
I like
bad
how
we
you
look.
said we should be because
Right?
because
this is not looking good.
It's not.
And anyway, long story short, they're getting on Luke Walton's case. You do see they're getting better each game, which makes me feel a little better because LeBron has had these struggles anytime he switched teams.
Well, that was the
so
trend before they got a shellacking put on them by the Raptors.
I know. But in their
40 to
defense, it was the
17.
True.
True. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Toronto's played really good ball, like you were saying earlier. There are bright spots though. JaVale McGee, this is the best he's looked in his career. LeBron's playing well. Lance Stevenson's playing really well. Ingram, he's still kind of doing this roller coaster thing, but that dunk he had the other night made me feel a little better about his athleticism. I don't know, man. It's a long season.
So
we'll see.
So Luke is on a hot seat.
Yes, sir.
And so they're talking about, is Luke going to keep his job or not? But we're just talking about like options out there, and there's not really many options out there. There's Mark Jackson who can do the John Gruden role where he's coming from TV to come coach, but I think he likes on TV.
He likes what he's doing.
Yeah, there's no pressure. Maybe Van Gundy. Was it Stephen Van Gundy?
Oh, please don't do that. No, don't even joke about that. Please.
He said no joke about
Please.
Stephen Van Gundy.
Please.
Yeah, that
I saw a video. It made me sick because whenever he talks about LeBron, like he talks about like he sounds like a stalker girlfriend every time he talks about LeBron. And I saw a video and it was like when you're way too obsessed with LeBron. And he was sitting down. It was when he was on the Cavs.
Was it like one of those like chopped up videos where they just kind of?
No, LeBron's sitting on the bench. He's resting. This is when he's on the Cavs, and he says something about he's waiting for a neck massage or something like that. And then Van Gundy goes, "I would do it." And I was like, "Wait, what?" Whoa!
I think these guys. I think these guys get on the air, have one too many, and they
Right?
just let it fly.
I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, talk about a guy who's outdated. Van Gundy hasn't coached in like 20 years, but no, anyway, our question is, if Walton did get fired today, who's your replacement for him and why?
I will vote for. Well, in my opinion, already LeBron is already co-captain, co-coach, but I would
What's the
say
name of the guy from the Will Ferrell movie where he's the coach and the player? Jackie Moon. LeBron's the Jackie Moon of the Lakers.
He is the coach and the player.
Right.
I would say Lou, man.
What?
Tyronn Lue. I'm just throwing out names. I honestly I don't know anybody else who could do it.
I want to go the route you snatch somebody from their college team. Brad Stevens was a great coach at Butler. Now,
But
Boston has him.
But they're about to start their season. They can't just pick up and be like, all right, peace out.
But if there was a way, if you could pick anybody you want.
Oh, yeah. Calipari. For sure. Come on, man. You can't, everything I threw out, you're all up in arms about.
But you know he's coached in the NBA before.
I know.
And you know he was garbage.
Well.
And you know he's still garbage.
I don't think so.
Yes, he is.
I think he's pretty legit.
No, you know what he does well is write checks. Okay?
No, bro.
Yes. I was listening to, I don't like giving other people shout outs, so I'll just say I was listening to another sports radio, and I've always had this theory, but I've never looked up the numbers. This sports radio guy did look up the numbers, and I've talked about this. North Carolina and Duke combined have only had half as many pros as Calipari in the last 7 years, and they both have more national titles each than Kentucky. So, really, is he that good?
I don't know what that proves.
Cousins, Randall, John Wall.
I don't know what that
all
proves.
These stacked teams that he always has, and he's got, 2 titles in the last 10 years?
I don't know what that proves, bro. What does that prove?
He's got this superior talent that far succeeds everybody else in college.
Duke has the top, what would we say, top 4 to 5 recruits?
This year. But I'm talking about for as long as Calipari's been in Kentucky.
But still, it's so competitive. Like, if Duke don't win a national title this year, then yeah, it's a shame. Like, anybody who has a top recruit.
But Kentucky has been more stacked at times than Duke's team this year.
I would say,
dude.
I would say in isolated talent, like Carmelo Anthony talent, yeah,
Didn't
but
John Wall and Anthony Davis play on the same team?
Yeah, but
there's no but.
I wasn't on no freaking John Wall's bandwagon back in college. Like nobody knew who these freaking punks were.
I did.
And
because I hate Kentucky, and I was like, how does he get these stupid All-Americans every year?
Because they didn't win no titles, so you're wrong about those dudes, man.
No, John Wall and Anthony Davis are still both top 20 players in the NBA. Right.
We are super off script, bro.
Okay.
Coach, who you got?
Tom Izzo of the Michigan State Spartans.
Isn't he in trouble for sexual harassment or something like that?
Are you thinking of Patino?
No, Izzo.
Is he? I didn't hear about that.
Something about not reporting or something like that.
Uh-oh.
Somebody back in it, remember.
I wouldn't be that surprised, only because so many of these college coaches have so much stuff coming out of.
Oh, you know what it was? I think it was because Michigan is the school with those gymnastic girls, right?
Michigan State is.
Yeah.
So are they saying Izzo was part of that?
No,
because that was gymnastics.
They just did a deep dive on all the sports.
And I see.
One of the dudes who played on the Thunder. Had an assault case that didn't go anywhere or something, and they found out about it, and he doesn't have a job in the NBA anymore. But yeah, Izzo was on the hot seat for a little while.
Well, he's been coaching Michigan State since 1995. Since 1998.
How many chips does he have?
Since 1998, they've gone to the tournament every single year.
I didn't ask that, man. How many chips does he have?
I want to say he has 2 or 3.
All right, I give him. If he has 3,
I think he has 2.
If he has 2,
maybe 3. Somewhere between there.
If
I
he
have
has
to look
2,
it up.
he got lucky.
Stop it.
All right.
Here's why I'm high on Tom Izzo.
Okay.
Because honestly, I know you don't follow sports as closely as I do, but name one superstar from 1995 to 2018 that's come out of Michigan State.
What is the dude?
There should be an easy one. One of them plays for the Warriors.
Not Draymond.
Draymond played for Michigan State.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then who? How many did you tell me that?
I said to name one, but
okay,
give me another one because Draymond's easy.
Who the heck came out of there? Jalen Rose?
No. He went to Michigan.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Was before Tom Izzo.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's my point. The dude is competitive every year, and he doesn't bring in Calipari-esque players.
He ain't stacking chips like Coach K.
Because he's not signing checks big enough to keep up with Calipari.
He needs to start signing checks, man.
No. I want a coach who can coach men to being great players. He doesn't have to go, so what's it going to take to get you to Michigan State?
But we're talking about the big boys, man.
But that's what I'm saying. If Izzo can get these young men who are nobodies, and most of them don't
But he
go to the
hasn't
NBA,
won a
to
chip.
be
He
competitive
hasn't won enough.
every single year, to be up there, to make the Final Four on a consistent basis, to be competitive with mediocre players against teams like Kentucky, Duke, and North Carolina. Imagine what he can come in and do with the Lakers.
I get what you're saying, bro. You're all on his bandwagon. You're sold out. I get it. But he doesn't have enough chips, man. He doesn't.
If
he
you're
doesn't.
focused on something as blindly as championships,
Blindly, that's the most like
what's the guy I just talked about that's in Boston? Who's the coach?
Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens. 0 championships in college. Arguably second best coach in the NBA right now.
Because he inherited his freaking sick team.
He had a crappy team when he came to Boston, and he got him to the playoffs. That was a horrible team, Mr. I hate Isaiah Thomas, and that's all they had.
Yeah, he has a good system. I give him that.
That's what I'm
give him
saying.
that. He has a good
Popovich,
system.
I think, coached like Bulldog State or something like that when he coached college. And then he was assistant coach for the Spurs and moved his way
If you
up.
have a good system, then yeah. I think that's what they're pushing.
But that's what I'm saying.
They're
Tom
pushing-
Izzo, I think, can create great players if he came to the Lakers.
I think that's what they're trying to push Luke Walton to do is create a system. And I don't see that happen. If you haven't been a system coach and you're just like, I'm going to conjure one up.
I'm going to use this system, or I'm going to use that system. He's babysitting.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, all-stars. Well, one all-star and a few.
And some good players.
Yeah.
Hey, he made it to the NBA. He's pretty good.
Right. So, yeah, we got super off script.
We
man.
did.
Mr.
We did.
Tom Izzo over here. Oh, my gosh.
Tom Izzo, but
All right.
the reason it'll never happen, he's
All
too old. He's been at Michigan State too long.
Real quick. Jamal Murray.
Is a jerk.
Let me catch the viewers up on this, okay? There's a NBA National Basketball Association
Also
game.
went to Kentucky, by the way.
They're pros, okay? Is that why you don't like him? Because he went to Kentucky?
No, I have no
Yeah.
problem with Julius Randle or DeMarcus Cousins.
All right. These guys are
Or John Wall.
professionals. All right. They're professionals. They're playing an NBA game. Celtics versus the Nuggets. Jamal Murray has 48 points at the end of the game. 5 seconds, whatever clock time's ticking off the clock. He's been lighting it up all game. He's been giving it to him. He's been giving it to Kyrie. He's been giving it to all these dudes all game. A few seconds left on the clock. Nobody's playing defense. He has 48. I'm going to just chuck up a 3 and see if I can score 50. 51. And Kyrie Irving throws a hissy fit, throws a temper tantrum, throws the ball into the crowd, and then talks to the media after saying that was BS. Actually, he talked to Jamal Murray and said that was BS. And this is a professional game. If you're not going to play any defense, chuck up the ball and see what happens. And so I have 0 problems with Jamal Murray trying to get 50. So he can tell his kids back, tell his grandkids, hey, one time in the NBA, I'll score 50 points. Go ahead, sir. You have the floor.
You're wrong. He's a jerk. He's shown over and over again he's a jerk. Like I said, it was really, their one loss is to the Lakers.
This isn't the YMCA.
Their one loss is to the Lakers.
This isn't rec ball.
This
this
their
isn't
one
rec
loss.
league.
They're what, 9-1 or 8-1?
This isn't rec league at the YMCA, bro.
The Lakers are the only team to beat them, and man, that loss felt good because the Lakers were the only team to beat them so far this year.
Well, Kobe's the one that's
last year there was a big rivalry because he was being a jerk when they were up on the Lakers. He was dribbling circles. I think it was around Lonzo, and it started a big old fight. And
that was
the one where Lonzo walked away. Yes, yes, it was that one.
You say Lonzo and fight, that just
But then he got in a fight this year, so hey. But Jamal Murray
Lonzo didn't get in a
is
fight.
starting to show more of his true colors. He's starting to show more of his
Jamal
true colors.
Murray?
Yes, and he's
that
a
he's
jerk.
a good player.
No, he's a jerk.
2 instances where
He's a jerk.
at the end of the game, these are both at the end
He's
of the
a
game.
jerk.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I can't wait till he's one of those dudes that doesn't last in this league because he won't. He's not going to have a 20-year career like Kyrie Irving and something
you're
like that.
sipping
No,
on
he's
that
going to be one of
haterade.
those dudes that's going to fall off
This
like
dude is
Rodney Hood.
sipping on that
And
haterade.
he's going to fall off.
Bro, Kyrie is not no punk. Kyrie is a beast. Okay?
Absolutely.
And for him to throw a temper tantrum, that dude's a punk for doing that.
It was unsportsmanlike. And you know what it shows? You know what it shows for Jamal Murray?
What does it show?
It shows that he knows he won't do it again. It shows that he knows he's not great.
I think
it shows he was so worried about it. Oh, it's my only opportunity to get 50. You know why Kyrie goes, you're a punk? Because Kyrie can drop 50 whenever he feels like it.
He didn't drop 50 last night.
No.
All right, then.
Because in Boston, you're not going to see it as
I
offense.
think
More
Jamal Murray's only mistake was saying that he was apologetic for it. He should have said, I apologize for absolutely nothing.
No, Jamal Murray's
That's what he should have said.
He's a punk.
That's what he should have said.
But anyway, the Nuggets actually look really good, and Jamal Murray's spreading the ball and being able to shoot the way he does is a large part of it.
It's all regular season, too. When postseason comes, everybody gets all tight, and, kind of cream rises to the top.
It'd be a different game. Yeah, I agree.
Totally different game. But, yeah, regular season, yeah, go ahead, man. Drop 40, drop 50, all day, but it ain't going to get you far. And you actually said it in our Bandwagon and the article online.
I wrote about the Nuggets.
The Nuggets. They were one game away from the playoffs.
Yep.
All the other teams in their division made the playoffs.
Yeah, so that shows what a tough division they're in.
Yeah, but you're saying fight all this way to get into the playoffs, but get unit bounced in the first round. So,
right.
Yay.
And I mean, even if they get past the first round, eventually they're going to have to play someone like Golden State.
So this is Team Bandwagon Never Lose Again podcast. Make sure you guys, if you're listening, if you're watching online, hit like, hit subscribe, hit a comment. Let us know, actually, if you think Jamal Murray is a jerk.
If you don't, you're wrong. No, seriously, I do want to hear your opinion.
And actually, you know what? I've said this forever. I said, because people were like, oh, Jamal, you're cool. I'm like, I've never met an uncool Jamal. And I'm not going to start today. I give him a pass.
That's all this is.
He gets a pass.
Name privilege.
Yes.
Name privilege.
Pretty much. Jamal Murray, even though he doesn't spell it like me, I give him a pass. He wasn't. That's something I would have did. Mr. Nick play at the Y over here.
I would have thrown the ball at you and said, this is BS.
Mr. Nick play at the Y over here isn't a fan of people dropping 50. After you drop 30, you have to sit on the bench. Is that one of your rules?
No, they even left him out there because they weren't up by 30. Yeah. So that's fine. They left him out there to keep scoring. I don't have a problem with that. But if the game is over, the game is over. There was no reason to take that shot.
If you guys ever want to know where Nick plays at, he plays at the Y. He plays reg ball over with the fifth graders. So.
Maybe I'll tell my family I'm going to be late this year for Thanksgiving. Maybe I do need to play in the turkey basketball game.
Yeah, so you can go and foul everybody? I'm going to get a ref. You're going to foul out,
What are you talking about?
What do you mean what I'm talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Are you calling me a dirty player?
I'm not saying you're a dirty player. I'm going to say I'm going to get a ref, so in case you foul out, I don't want to hear nothing about nothing.
But where does that context come from?
Because you're over here.
We played ball together.
That was a threat. I felt it was a threat. You're like, I'm going to come play basketball so I can.
No, that wasn't a threat.
Elbow you in the paint.
That was not a threat. No. I am going to have to run a couple laps before playing ball because I'm definitely out of shape. But.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for listening. We have another segment up next, but we're just going to give you guys a quick little promo. Is that what it is?
For our show. Yeah. Little love.
With two in trouble, forced out, and in! Unbelievable!
Get the latest info on Never Lose Again podcast, Bandwagon Nation, and much more by following us on Twitter at Never Lose Again, where the E's are threes. Jump on Team Bandwagon. Never lose again.
Jamal's trying to let you know where our Twitter handle was.
Yeah, I was pointing to the Twitter handle. Get at us on social media, guys. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook mostly. Facebook is fun.
A
lot of young kids don't get on Facebook.
No.
But then again,
they're old.
Then again, a lot of young kids don't listen to podcasts.
This is true.
Yeah, so it's all good. They're not in our demographic anyways. Get at us, guys. Let us know if Jamal Murray's a jerk. And if see, it's funny how he thinks Jamal Murray's a jerk, but then his Titan fan guy that runs into the middle of the Titan emblem.
Like I said,
Cowboys emblem.
one action, because we don't know what happened between the whistles, like Vrabel said, one action doesn't make you a jerk. If this is the first time Jamal Murray had done something like that, I wouldn't call him a jerk. Like I said,
Well,
I
then
feel
again-
like he's building a rep in the NBA of causing problems with other players.
Then again, we don't like the Cowboys, so yeah, we're gonna give that Titan player a pass.
That's true. I'll agree with you there.
But yeah, it's still up for debate. So let us know. I think that's the biggest catch right now. Is Jamal Murray a jerk? Let us know in the comments.
Because that is our demographic. It's people who want to talk about sports. Doesn't matter what your opinion is. We love hearing it.
Yes. And so to round out our show, we are going to talk about winning during the holiday season.
Because it's after Halloween. We can finally talk about it.
Yeah, and it's funny because what's your stance on Christmas music before Thanksgiving?
I am like the biggest holly jolly, love listening to Christmas music, love that, and my wife is complete opposite. She's like, not till after the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Can you
there's
listen
no
to
like
Christmas
mid.
music?
I think I'm in the middle, but I haven't ran into anybody that's in the middle.
But what's funny is I'm even the type that like, oh my gosh, I can't wait till Christmas music. I can't wait. But even now I'm kind of like, November 1st, bro. You're already listening to, like my daughter, she likes Pentatonics.
Yeah.
And she's already listening to it. And I'm like, baby, let's get through Thanksgiving first.
I got you.
I'm the biggest holly. I love Christmas.
So you fall more towards the after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Even if you're getting ready for Thanksgiving, if you have an early Thanksgiving party, I'm fine with you playing Christmas music during that time. Or even at your Thanksgiving on that Thursday. I'm fine with it. But if you're playing it 3 weeks before Thanksgiving, I have an issue with it.
I don't have no issue with it, man.
Really?
Like, yeah, I have zero issues. I know people who like love Christmas. Like, I don't know. I think it's unhealthy how much they love Christmas.
Santa!
Yes,
Like the
that,
elf.
like the elf. Like they just came from, that I forgot how that movie went. But these people like have like Christmas in July.
Wow.
Like, soon as the day after Christmas, they're like, oh, only 364 days after Christmas again. And so, I have no problem. Like, if that makes them happy, like Christmas music, being holly jolly it kind of helps me put me in a mood like, oh, it's Christmas music, Christmas season. But it doesn't like enrage me. It seems like Christmas music enrages people right now.
That I'll agree with you.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. When people get, it's not,
Yeah.
I don't even want to see Christmas
Yeah.
displays until after
Exactly.
Halloween.
It's like,
I'm
come
like,
on,
okay,
Grinch.
chill. Calm
these-
down. The only slight way, and I'm not like necessarily agreeing with them, but seeing where they're coming from, is Christmas being so commercialized.
True.
Because then that makes people, I can't go Christmas shopping anymore.
Yeah.
My wife's gonna laugh at this when she hears this. I'm a pretty patient person. She doesn't think so, but I like to think I'm a pretty patient person. But bro, when I'm going to simply buy a Christmas gift for my kid and somebody drives 50 miles an hour to get the spot in front of me and then cusses me out when all I did was drive by and go, thanks, like that's the stuff that where I'm just like, hey, everybody needs to take a chill pill on Christmas.
I don't know, man. Like, I get that like angst. Like, if somebody says something like, I don't know what I would do. Like, I'm like, hey, we fighting. Like, my kids in the car and everything, we fighting. I don't want to be put in that situation.
But that's why I can't go Christmas shopping during this time of year anymore, because I am worried it's going to be the wrong time, the wrong place, the wrong day, and I'm going to go to jail. That's horrible. That breaks my heart. That kills me. That what's supposed to be the best time of year.
You can't go to
we're
jail if
having
you don't
these
get
issues.
caught, bro. All right.
But there's a lot of witnesses during
I'll be
Christmas time,
I'll
man.
be your alibi. All right.
But there's a lot of witnesses during Christmas time, man. You're at Walmart. There's at least 3,000 people in that parking lot.
This is the trick, bro. Go everywhere in a Santa beard and a Santa hat. So then when it comes to the lineup,
Like the first Santa Claus movie, they're out there arresting all the Santas. That's gold. That's gold. I hear you, bro.
So that brings us into shopping.
Right.
Are you a Black Friday shopper? No.
I did it once, and to go back to everything we just said, man, it's gonna end badly if I do it again. I can't do it. What about you?
I'm more of an online shopper. Mm-hmm. And it depends on the deal. So like with me this year, I'm looking to get like more useful stuff for my kids. Like instruments. A piano. I do want to get them like a tablet, but but it's not just to watch Netflix.
Right.
Like I want to get them tablets, and then my kids don't watch the show, so they have no clue. I want to get them tablets, and then I want to get all of them like a camcorder, and so they can take it. Let's say, hey, let's shoot a movie or something, and they can just do something really quick and be, a little bit more productive with their time. I got an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old who will love it. The 3-year-old probably would just watch Dora the Explorer. And be
right. That's a good idea. I might have to pick your brain a little bit because I was thinking the same thing this year. Man, every year I feel like I am just getting rid of toys and getting rid of toys and getting rid of toys because they play with it for a couple days and they're done with it.
It occupies them, but then, they're
not getting anything out of it.
They're not, And so like even with like YouTube nowadays, you have all these tutorials on how to play whatever song, and it's like, well, let's just learn it together, or
that's a good idea.
And they're already watching YouTube,
right.
So just might as well just put that to action. So I may be thinking a little bit too much, or I may be expecting too much from them to be like, by next Christmas there'll be piano classic, pianist and professional
playing Beethoven's Fifth,
professional videographers but I just think just to keep them occupied, they're gonna be occupied anyway, so might as well be productive.
You're building up the Team Bandwagon team. I get it.
There you go. Hey, we need music producers.
Yep.
We need videographers.
Yep.
We need people to help post on social media.
That's right.
If that's you want to help, we can't pay you. We'll pay you high fives. We'll pay you high fives.
We got plenty of IOUs.
Yes, to write. Just write them. And then I guess what are we talking about? Christmas seasons, holiday, Christmas music, lights, decorations. Oh, we talked about that, right?
No, we talked about music, but
decor?
I guess one of the things I want to do this year, because Thanksgiving I'm going to go out of town that day, but that Friday I'm going to have a few people over, like catching up with certain family members I didn't see that day. I think I'm going to do lights that morning. And then if people come over early, hey, come help me with the lights, and get lights put up around my house. So that's my plan.
And then so do you same I decorate right that Friday after Thanksgiving. Do you travel a lot to family members' houses?
Not like flying. I even if I could afford it, I think people who fly around the holidays are insane.
Yeah.
I think I would tell people, hey man, I love you, and I'll send you a great Christmas card. But I'm gonna fly out like in June. Okay,
you're gonna mess around.
I'm not flying out on Thanksgiving. I'm not flying out on Christmas. There's not a chance.
You're gonna forget a kid like Home Alone.
Well, they say that Thanksgiving is the most insane time to fly per year. It's not even Christmas.
No.
It's Thanksgiving, and I'm like, no, man, I'm not messing with those airlines.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, and then mess around and be delayed. You gotta eat Thanksgiving dinner
right
in the
airport.
In the airport.
It's too insane. So even if, like I said, I can afford it and I had the time, there'd be no way, man. There's absolutely no way. So no, I got family in more the San Diego area of California, and I may drive out and go see them. But that's about it.
And so Christmas season, tends to bring out bad memories sometimes. If you didn't have the healthiest childhood, or you got coal every year for Christmas. It's people tend to connect that with bad memories and stuff. So I would say try and be joyful as much as possible. Put yourself in a position where you're not alone.
Absolutely. Yeah, totally agree. Not to sound too much of like oh, Dr. you guys Phil. Complain too much. That's not what I'm trying to say. But do remember that our problems, usually, no matter how bad they are first world problems.
Yeah.
Chances are you're not hungry. Chances are you have a roof over your head. Chances are you've got a job. Just find something to be grateful for. Even if you don't have any of the things I just talked about, find something to be grateful for. Find somebody who loves you. Find somebody you love. Try to bring yourself around an environment where you're going to feel better about the upcoming holidays.
Gotcha.
Anyway, just emphasizing what you're saying.
That's good, man. That's good. Well, this is Team Bandwagon, episode 36. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, guys, if you guys are listening on the podcast, we want to say thank you for listening to us as you drive to and fro in your car, or listening
to and fro, stop and go. That's what makes the world go round.
That didn't rhyme, but it's okay.
But it's a song.
I'm gonna give you a pass.
It's from Sword in the Stone.
Again, over my head.
Sorry, it came to my head. That brought back my 5-year-old me.
Thank you guys for listening in your podcast as you're working out. Like, shout out to you guys winning while you're winning.
That's
you
right.
know, as wins on wins on wins.
There's a shout out to Jesus.
I don't think he's listening to us. I don't think, because we're not talking about soccer right now.
Oh, we got to bring him back on.
We do. MLS playoffs is on right now too.
Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention though.
Well,
so.
you know I haven't. So
Also today is election day.
Yes.
Election day or voting day?
it's voting day for the midterms.
Yes.
Big day.
Go out and vote, everybody. If you're listening to this, you probably
If you're registered to vote, vote. Not everybody.
well, if you're not registered, you know, go online and vote for Team Bandwagon to be the freshest
That's right.
podcast. On air.
Just a quick example of what happens when you don't vote. Apparently, Taco Bell was voted the best Mexican food in America. So
I think that was a hoax, man. That was a hoax.
Was it really?
I'm pretty sure they did that to get promo. They paid a lot of money for that.
They probably did.
Yeah. We got to do that. We were like, Team Bandwagon, you know,
Voted the best podcast in America.
over ESPN, baby.
right.
How do we do that? We paid. I'm just kidding. But yeah, this has been episode 36. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. I am Nick Garcia. He is Jamal Murray.
Jamal
which
Brown.
Is not a joke. Not a jerk. Again, I'm Jamal Brown. That's Nick.
Not a jerk. Nick, not a jerk. Nick Garcia.
No, Nickelodeon, bro. I'm gonna call you Nickelodeon. Nick Stradamus.
You know that's why I didn't name my son Nick.
Because Nickelodeon.
I didn't want him to be called Nick Jr.
Nick. Oh, Nick Jr. That would have been perfect.
Nope.
And he would be like, "Hey, it's me."
I'm like,
Face."
thanks, Dad, for giving me the one name that I can't give my son.
Cannot pass it down. Well, thank you guys. We're trying to end this.
We're trying to close this.
We're trying. Thank you guys for listening. This is Team Bandwagon,
Where it is okay to jump ship.
but not okay to lose.
Jump on Team Bandwagon
and never lose again.